The outrage over the Rockville High School rape has now reached Capitol Hill. Federal officials say both suspects were detained by U.S. border agents in Texas in 2016 and marked for deportation.
But they were later released and let free to join family in Montgomery County. But tonight, they're both in a jail cell charged with raping a 14-year-old student in a school bathroom. Tonight, the chairman of the House Judiciary Committee is speaking exclusively to Fox 5 News. Tom Fitzgerald live on the Hill tonight with that and more on this case. And the effects are wide-ranging, Fitz.
They are, Jim, Sarah, good evening. The chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, Virginia Republican Bob Goodlatte, telling Fox 5 tonight he intends to continue an investigation into immigration breakdowns, policies that were not enforced that he said led to a situation that allowed these two suspects now under arrest in the Rockville High School rape to enter the United States from the U.S.-Mexico border and make their way to Montgomery County, Maryland. The House Judiciary Committee tonight requesting from ICE, Customs and Immigration Enforcement, what is called the complete alien file on these two individuals. They are also asking for data on how and when each individual entered the United States. And in a letter to the Homeland Security Secretary General John Kelly tonight, the chairman asked this, quote, he wants information if either individual, quote, was a member or associated with any criminal gang. The chairman telling Fox 5 News exclusively tonight he intends to impanel a hearing next week to ask many of these questions.
We have already received a good verbal response from the Department of Homeland Security that they are looking forward to responding to this letter as an opportunity to tell how they're changing policies so that in the future people showing up at our border will not get released into the interior of the country, so that things like this will be far less likely to happen.
Back in Montgomery County, meanwhile, there was this scene. The U.S. Secretary of Education, Betsy DeVos, met with protesters as she and Maryland Governor Larry Hogan arrived at the Carter Rock Elementary School in Bethesda this morning. DeVos did not take questions about the Rockville High School rape investigation. However, the U.S. Department of Education did release this statement in her name. It read in part, "My heart aches for the young woman and her family at the center of these terrible circumstances," unquote. Governor Hogan, as you well know, blasted the Montgomery County School Board this week for not providing answers to questions from the governor's staff and the Maryland State Board of Education. When we spoke to him today, the governor reported there has been progress on this front, but he urged the schools to continue to be more transparent.
Have you gotten the answers that you demanded on Tuesday morning that you were not receiving from the Montgomery County School Board of which one of the schools were standing in?
Well, not all of them, but we did have a conversation a little earlier, and I asked for the continuing discussion. We don't have all the information. It is an ongoing investigation, and we kind of want to let everybody do their jobs.
The job of educating these students in Rockville High School goes on, though, but it has not been easy this week, as you well might imagine, and not make easier by the fact that there continues to be a long and steady stream of threats and threatening messages sent into the school. The spokesperson for Montgomery County Public Schools tells us they have been flooded with threats. Some of the messages claiming that there are explosive devices that will be involved, some firearms. Some people leaving messages saying they will come to, quote, shoot illegals. Those are the words from the MPCS spokesperson today. Now, as far as these messages, one of the school board members, Patricia O'Neill, tells Fox 5 she is calling for calm tonight, saying that school board members share the public's outrage and concern over this attack. But in this current environment, she says, there is no place for these kinds of threats. Are you as angry about this as a lot of your parents seem to be?
When I first heard of this incident, I mean, the breath just came out of me because I was so shocked and horrified. How could this happen in Montgomery County Public Schools?
How did it happen?
I honestly, I don't know.
And finally tonight, we are hearing for the first time from the attorney for one of these two suspects, Henry Sanchez. Defense attorney Andrew Jessic in a statement tonight saying that his client is the subject of a rush to judgment, is innocent, engaged in what he calls a consensual act, and will plead not guilty. We should remind you, in the state of Maryland, the victim in this case is 14 years old. That is below the age of consent. We're live on Capitol Hill tonight. Tom Fitzgerald, Fox 5 Local News.